final day of posture in our final week of the 28 days of Pilates. So we're going to work against a wall today. So go ahead and move your device to wherever you are near a wall and where you can see me. We're going to talk posture while we're standing, and then we'll head down to the mat towards the end, okay? So my camera angles are really difficult in this room, so you're just going to have to rely sort of on my cues here. And this is what I do a lot with my clients in class, so it's good to sort of get the verbal idea. So what you're going to do is you're going to place your heels against the wall, okay? And notice sort of when we do that, we all have different butts, so you might feel just that hitting the wall and not any part of your spine. It might be really difficult for you to get your spine on the wall. You might have to curve the spine or flex the spine to try to get there. So what I want you to do is just keep your legs in line with your hip bones and just walk them out till you can feel sort of your tailbone down onto that wall, okay? So where you can sort of really feel your back of your pelvis against the wall and having that pelvis again level. So the hip bones and pubic bone are in the same plane. So what I'm going to do is send the back of my pelvis into the mat, okay? And that's really the most important thing that you want to really stabilize. You can soften your knees a little bit. All right, so now as I anchor sort of both those hip bones, it can be really hard to do. This is where you can really feel what's going on in your posture, and if you have any tilts or any sort of overused muscles that are pulling you out of alignment, or if there's something going on in your pelvis. So really trying to anchor it. So I have a lot of issues on my right side, and right now it's really difficult for me to get that right hip back. And I've been working towards that to really try to just really align my pelvis. So just sort of notice what's going on. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to find your belly scoop, okay? So draw your belly in towards your spine. And notice when you pull it into the spine, right, it sort of compresses. So that's why you want to get that lift as well. So we're drawing it in and up, and we're going to try to anchor the ribs. And you might have noticed when you anchored your ribs that your shoulders rolled forward, okay? That's kind of what we tend to do in our everyday life. So what we want to try to do is keeping the back of the pelvis and the ribs anchored is trying to roll those shoulders back and down and sort of anchor them on your back, where you feel your two shoulder blades anchor into the wall. And you might find that when you do that, your ribs pop, okay? So let's really try to keep the ribs and pelvis down and then get your shoulders as close as you can to that alignment, okay? And I'm gonna take my arms sort of right down by my sides. Okay, so now you have your head, okay? So your neck is in the center of your shoulders, and you might find your neck is forward. This is where you can really find where the alignment of your neck is happening. And that's why you sort of put pillows down when you're lying down on your back to align the neck, because if your neck is forward, that's where you probably know you need a pillow when you're lying down on your mat. So I want you to try to get your head back without arching the neck, okay? So basically you want your gaze forward. Your chin should be parallel with the floor. So if you find you're looking up, I want you to just take that head away until you really can keep your eyes level and your chin level. All right, I know it's a lot, but just come back to this as much as you want to really just find where your alignment is today. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach my arms forward, and as I reach them forward, really anchoring those shoulders back into the wall. And this is a great place to really feel how the reach of your arms comes from the back, right? As I pull those shoulders back, my arms are reaching forward. Pretty cool, right? Get your belly in and up and see how supported you feel with those arms. And I'm going to start to lift those arms a little bit higher. What happens on your back? So you'll notice your arms do rotate, your shoulder blades rotate as you reach up. Now, did your ribs pop? For many of us, that just naturally happens. So I want you to try to reach up, keeping your ribs where they are, and this really trains your spine to stay long. Good, and then bring those arms back down. All right, I'm gonna press my palms now into the mat, the wall, and then find that posture. Now as I press, kind of really press your upper arm and your palm, just like we do on the floor, right? Keep your ribs, find that posture, soften your knees, and then press, and then just float those arms up. We're gonna inhale here, And then exhale as you raise those arms up above your head. Can you keep that alignment? Draw that belly in and up. Use your belly scoop to help create this. And then inhale, we're gonna press it back down. Find the top of your arm into the wall. Find your palm, find your forearm maybe. And exhale. Can your arms touch that wall? Ooh, inhale down. One more time, exhale up, and only go to where you can maintain your posture. Good, and then release. Excellent. All right, now I'm gonna reach my arms back up and I'm gonna bend my elbows. All right, so adjust your posture. Feels funny, doesn't it? But here we are in alignment. And I want you to try to just rotate, open, and see if you can place the tops of your hands into that wall as you keep your ribs in. I just popped. Rotate down. Rotate up. Ooh, this could be an arm work, right? Rotate down. One more time. Rotate up. Stay there. Find your posture. We got this. Good. And then rotate down and release it down. Good. Very nice. All right, so from here, just sort of let the chin fall towards your chest. Let your head, neck, and shoulders drop, but keep the back of your pelvis into the wall and just sort of circle those arms. Circle the other way. Good. Roll it up through the spine. Now I'm going to walk out to where I'm sort of as close to a 90-degree angle as I can with the back of my pelvis into the wall. Good. Now sit your sit bones down to the floor as you anchor the back of your pelvis. So you have energy down and back. Draw your belly in and up, ribs, shoulders, head. How do you feel? Okay, now imagine there's sort of a ball in between your knees. You're giving that ball a squeeze, push equally into your feet. And then I want you to feel as if your heels are dragging towards your seat a little bit. They're not gonna really be able to drag, but it's just gonna activate the back of the legs a little bit. Good? Awesome. Now this is a great place. If you have hand weights, you can do hand stuff. You can open and close. You can do all that posture stuff. It's pretty cool. I have a bunch of those in my Core Club. And again, if you'd like to check that out, just hit Core Club below. Your first week is free. All right, so we're here. Anchor, reach up. How do you feel? Maybe try some posture stuff. Ooh, get those elbows down. Try it here. How does that feel? Good. Now bring those arms back in. Are your shoulders against the wall? Keep them pressing against the wall as you open. Is your belly in and up? Feel length out of the crown of your head. Bring those arms back in. Try it again. Open. How are those ribs? In and up. Woo, I'm sweating. One more time. And posture work can be really hard. Good. Maybe take it down, rotate down a little bit. Good. And release. Awesome. All right, I'm just going to come up here. Good. And then just shake out those legs. Good. How do you feel? Awesome. I want you to take that posture now down on the mat. So we're going to head down to the mat. Excellent job. Okay, so take what you did on the wall, bring it down to your mat. So you're going to get your legs sit bone distant. You're going to get the back of your pelvis, the ribs, the shoulders, just like we did. So I'm anchoring the back of my pelvis, drawing my belly in and up, ribs, shoulder blades, and then those arms. And this is where, do you need that cushion for your head? You can. And then while getting those bony parts down, if the low back has a sort of significant arch, or maybe you're feeling too flat and you want some support, roll up that towel, place it right underneath your low back, okay, for a little support. All right, so I wanted to do vertical alignment for you after doing all of this work we've done these past few weeks. Now let's take that and move from our posture here. So taking those bones down, bring one leg up to tabletop, bring the other leg to tabletop, squeeze those thighs together. Good. Now all I'm going to do is turn out and bend my knees like a little frog in. As I pull my thighs in, I want you to anchor the back of your pelvis and push through those sitting bones. Find that alignment in your upper body and then just press those legs out, up and away from you and pull it back in. And again, reach away from you. Notice, is that low back lifting? If it is, try to just press out a little bit or more up to the sky, where it will help you really just anchor that posture. I don't want that low back arching up and you're unsupported. Good. And press and pull. Now take your own pace with it. Keep scanning your body for the back of the pelvis, ribs, shoulder blades, top of your arms, palms, is everything down. Your belly scoop is in and up, lifting and reaching away from those legs. 2 more. Good. Excellent. And then just take it here. You're going to reach both legs up towards the ceiling. Hold right there. And then bring your legs over to one side. Your hips are going to lift here. And then we're going to come right back to center, anchor. Take it over the other way. And then come back and anchor. Now you can lift your arms up a little bit and see if you have a better anchor, and you can go a little further. Come back to center, anchor the arms and shoulders. Inhale, exhale. You got 1 more each side. Good, and 1 more. And then just go ahead and bend those knees, taking those hands behind your legs, up and lift. Good, and so from here, I'm just going to reach both my arms and legs away from me as I anchor that center part, and then wrap it back in. Inhale, reach, stretch the spine long, pull it back in. Inhale, anchor, exhale, wrap. Stretch, find your own flow with it now. Stay where you are, reach the arms up behind your head, place the weight of your head in your hands, and we're going to rotate it. And then lift up through center and over the other way. Inhale, exhale. Find your flow. And then just hug it on in. Place your feet down on your mat, close to your sitting bones, rolling those hips up, finding your bridge position. Again, into that alignment. Top of your arm and palms press down so you lift up. Push your back of your pelvis towards the back of your knees. Hold right here and just breathe into this. Lift your right heel, lower it down, left heel up. Press it down. Now just switch little heel marches as you keep your posture. Reach long out of your neck. Hips don't move. Now lift one heel, hold it right there. Take a giant inhale as you find your belly scoop. And then exhale, just hover that foot right off the mat without letting anything shift in your body. Lower it back down, lower the heel down. Inhale the other heel. Find that belly scoop. Exhale, stabilize your body as you lift and hover. Take it back down and lower that heel. Keep switching sides. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then just keep marching sort of side to side. Feeling your body stay super stable. Sometimes I like to just kind of dig my elbows in, feel my hands on my hips to make sure I'm not tilting. We'll do about 1 more each side, or just even your sides out. Good, and then we're just going to roll it down through the spine, all the way down. Good, stretching those legs long, reaching your arms back behind you. Lift it up and dive it over, stretching towards your toes. 1, 2, 3, roll it on up through the spine. Good, so from here I want us to really find our posture. So taking your heels to either side of your mat, press your heels down, press your hamstrings down, and use that anchor to lift yourself tall. Take an inhale here as you anchor, lift. Exhale, dive it, stretch that back, and roll it on up. 2 more times, stretch, and up. Good, 1 more time. Hold right here, lift, 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 and release it down. Turn to your stomach. And your hands are into your sides. Squeeze your thighs together, anchor the pubic bone and the feet. And we're gonna lift our body up on an inhale. Exhale, stretch those arms out like the letter T. Anchor your legs as you inhale, lift higher. Exhale it down. Inhale, draw that belly in and up as you hover. Exhale, pull the ribs and belly in. Find your posture like you're against your wall. And then open it up on an inhale from that mid-back, anchoring the legs and reaching. Exhale down. Find your own flow. Give me one more. Sit back to your heels. Get a good stretch here. Come up to your hands and your knees. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Soften your elbows. Pull your elbows towards one another and find a nice long, tall back here. We're going to take one leg back and you're not going to switch anything in your spine. Draw your belly in and up. Really find that belly scoop. Find the arms on your back and take the other leg. Hold right here and really breathe into this posture. Again, like you're against that wall. Draw the ribs in. Reach long through the neck. And we're just going to shift our body back and forth without changing the shape of your spine. Good. Inhaling and exhaling 2 more times. And then find your plank and just reach one leg up and flex it down. Other leg up and flex it down. Try not, again, to change the shape of your spine. Really work that posture. You have about 4 more. Find your own flow and keep breathing and finding that belly scoop. Excellent. 1 more. Good. Bring it down. Send it back for a little stretch. Beautiful job. And we'll just end with some side bends. So taking your hand right sort of above your shoulder a little bit, drawing that shoulder down. I'm going to stretch one leg long, and I'm going to keep this bottom knee down just to start with, so I really fine tune, finding those postural muscles, really breathing into them, and then lower it down. Then I'm just going to hook my ankles back here. You can do that if you want both legs lifted. Inhale, squeeze the thighs to help give you a little bit more propel up. Can't speak. And you want to roll that shoulder open. Inhale up and over. Lift it over. Beautiful job. And lower it down. Other side. Again, I'm going to keep my bottom knee down just to start. So I just sort of bend that a little bit. This arm is a little bit above my shoulder. Rotate, open that shoulder. Draw your belly in and up and stretch. So your hand, knee, and hip and foot are sort of in the same line. Good, and then we lower it down. I'm gonna hook my ankle. Here we go, ready? Inhale it up, then over. Exhale it down. Good, inhale up and over. Squeeze those thighs. Find your pelvis alignment first, right? And then work from there. Beautiful, and then come sit. Not even sure the timing of where we're at. Hopefully I didn't go too long. Sit up nice and tall, anchoring the pelvis. I apologize if I did, but I really wanted to get that sort of little instruction against the wall for you. Hopefully it was helpful. Again, lots of times my Pilates classes are more lessons, so I think it's an important lesson when you feel your posture against the wall, how different it can feel when you like hold it against something, and then working your limbs and working your spinal work. It's hard, right? And bending the legs into it, keeping your posture as you are holding that wall squat. I think it's important stuff to feel, right? And you can always use those tools when you're working out, but always trying to find that posture in the spine is super important. So you start with your pelvis first, right? Place that pelvis and then sort of everything just follows as you give yourself that belly scoop and work tallness. Sort of everything really does fall into place. But we really need to work that mid-back area for most of us. It's really tight since we are flexed forward pretty much all of our day, reading and with modern technology, driving, everything, right, is in front of us. So it's really important to get against the wall sometimes and just sort of reverse all of that flexion forward. Okay, I am rambling now because I tend to do that. But again, please use the comments below if you have any questions, if you feel like chatting with me. Also, my private Facebook group, come there. I'm in there a few times during the week. We can chat and you know, hang out and stuff. And again, there's that core club if you want workouts on a regular basis with me. That's about it. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for some upper body work. Take care.